Now it's recording.
Aha! Yes! We're going to beat you!
You are going to completely going to win. How do you bring up the score? It's not tab, it's...
Eastern Confederation.
Yeah!
We lost, and I will blame that on my son. All right, let's play another game.
You son of a... Alright.
It hadn't been live streaming that whole time, so I just started the stream, and it is now live streaming it. So, cool. All right, so team info. Who's on what team? Spumani and Gus. Void Boy, is that your new name, Gus?
Void Boy, I just chose it out of random.
And what game? What is the mission? Is this a team deathmatch? So yeah, we want to be something other than this. You know what?
Clear is joined Eastern Confederation.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use a tank.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I think I'm gonna use Scout class.
Which is not a tank.
I'm gonna be a tank. Oh dang, this tank goes pretty fast.
What did you pick?
The tank.
I'm
gonna run
Yeah, the tanks.
circle.
The tanks aren't so slow.
Has joined the United States.
Yeah, but they're pretty janky with terrain.
They are pretty janky. This is a team
Good.
deathmatch, right?
Yeah, it's team deathmatch.
Oh, I can jump now. I can go very high up in the air. Papa, I fly like a good boy. Oh god, the tank does not know what to do when you are in the air.
Doesn't do it. Like you're shooting something at me. I can't see it. Ah, it's a laser. Lasers are very intimidating.
These are being true.
Fantastic.
Alright. Yeah, this guy's too fast. Can't hit him.
No idea where I was.
Scout stress. I'm not gonna be scout anymore.
Scouts are really quick.
Take time.
However, this map is pretty big.
I'm going to glitch up the terrain.
Alright. I have noticed that this graphics engine does not deal well with water. At all.
Hey, who's shooting at me? Who are they shooting?
The lasers.
Let me think.
The lasers. Yeah.
Yeah, got him. Yeah. You blew up my turret. How so low? Oh yeah. No.
It's really good to have like
Yeah.
Do you want to move to a smaller map?
it's a dedicated server, so the rotation is set.
I was saying if we leave and rejoin, it will be on a new map, right? Or am I wrong about that?
I'll leave and rejoin. It'll be on the map. Now we can find somebody.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, guys, go ahead and leave and rejoin completely.
There, come out to the lobby.
Is everyone out?
Coming up.
Looks like it. Nobody's game anymore.
But I think, I'm not sure, but the game might still. It's been so long. It's been so long.
Yeah, I just tried to join again, and it seems to be the range still.
Yeah, I think the bots will keep battling it out since we started the game.
Okay.
Run
Oh
into
well.
each other and shoot until the server ends.
Yeah, I think that go ahead and join it back in and blow some stuff up. Until we get more folk, I think. Oh look, it says let's join. That's cool.
Well, actually, I think it did change. It's just the same map. Because now it's assault map. Yeah.
Yeah, the objective mode. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh.
This might go faster if we can
Yeah.
hold.
Well, now that you know where to go, right? You to see the objective and go take them and
Has
whatnot.
joined
So.
Eastern Confederation.
Listen, I'm gonna go with a scout so I can move around faster.
Has joined Eastern Confederation.
Probably the right choice. I went with the infantry.
Me too. Infantry's a little. Infantry's like the in between slow and fast.
No, the infantry's like the jack of all trades. That's what his whole purpose is. Yep.
Player has joined Confederation.
States. Hey, Papa.
All right, let's go get him. Get him.
Yo. I'm not. Where are the enemies?
If you look on your screen, you'll see a bunch of yellow and red objective markers. You want to?
Yeah, no. But like, I'm trying to find enemy players on the map. There's one.
Oh, you won't be able to see them because there's a bit of a forward road thing. You get towards one of those objectives. Somebody's shooting at you.
It's a turret, I think.
The turret?
I blew it up.
Did you blow it up? Because I'm still getting shot at.
Turret's all gone.
Oh, you're over there at the depot. Okay. Oh, we're good.
Oh, there's no healing in here though. That sucks.
Gus is coming.
I see him.
Ignore that. Ignore me. No, I'm not here. What are you talking about? I'm not here. I think this boy needs him some homing missiles. Stop shooting homing missiles at me. I can't dodge those. Yes.
Ooh, ouch.
I'm going out with a bang. Who's this being surrounded?
Somebody just got nuked.
I might have launched those.
Oh shoot! Son of a.
Papa, help.
Airstrike.
Avenge me, Papa. Saying Papa,
I got him. No, I didn't get him. Shit.
Oh.
I am terrible at this. And I made it. That is
It has unique mechanics for an FPS, which I personally think are fantastic.
we really did try to make it less certain. Well, I don't know about less circumstance, but there's a between the weapons recharging and all that stuff, we really did try.
This is definitely my favorite FPS of all time, actually. I feel like
That's awesome.
the amount that you have to like aim, like I said, just the mechanics of it are really interesting, and a part of that has to do with the like engine you use or something like that. Torque. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. But whatever you did to make this like, you know, the way that the mechs move versus how they shoot is just really. I think it's very skill based.
We're shooting a toy!
It's the torque game engine, which is what tribes loosely. What's naturally based on? The people that made the torque game engine would work for dynamics.
Dodge those!
You don't dodge them.
Oh, I see.
Slaves to not.
I should have used an airstrike, now I can't do it. Get him!
F is
Bro,
slow.
get him, Dad. Yeah, got him.
Uh-oh. Here comes his buddy.
No!
If you hang out in the river, they can't lock onto you.
Oh. He's trying to sneak up through the river.
Yeah.
I think airstrikes are too obvious. Like, if you see it, then they're easy to dodge. And then you can't shoot for the next, like, I don't know, 30 seconds or
Just
something.
at least 15 seconds.
Like, there's another airstrike. Like, I'm not gonna get caught by that. Come on. Who do you think I am?
I'm really trying, man. I'm really trying. Oh, where the hell did you go? You're over there.
Beat him! Beat him up!
Ammunition depleted.
I've hit him in the leg a couple times. He's hitting me more.
So like a lot of FPSs
There we go.
are just like more or less point
Yeah,
and click.
that's it now.
Like the projectiles go so fast. You don't have to use like that much. I really like how this game does seem very like skill based. You like really have to aim ahead and figure out like where you're moving, what's the momentum like, what's your momentum like. I just think it's a very it's very fun.
Thanks.
And we did a thing with the units, right? So the Eastern Confederation's got all these ballistic weapons that, you know, they got Gatling guns and stuff. And the Federated States has got all the energy guns. So the Gatling guns fire at like, these insane fire rates. And FS is like missiles and high damage per shot energy weapons. But they fire slower.
Yeah, I definitely think that on top of the mechanics, it's also very like well designed. Like I like the mech aesthetic, and to your point, I like how this each feel different. It's not like you're just doing the same thing every time. You know, whether you're playing Federated States or Eastern Confederation, it just like has a different feel to it.
I'll be right back. I need a dressing.
And I do like how it ended up being pretty well balanced. Like I will say that probably not every loadout you can choose is viable, but there's like a pretty good amount of them that are viable, and they're pretty well balanced.
Balance was a thing awful lot of times.
Nice one.
Kill him. He did.
Yeah, so about like the spreadsheets that we had to keep track of damage per second were insane. Like, well, if we change this value and turn it into this value, what's going to happen to the game?
And then there's also like ease of use though, because just because it has a high DPS, it is too, you know, hard to aim is useless.
Right.
So I feel like you ended up with a great mix of like DPS and ease of use and aesthetics. Like it just worked out really well.
They are.
And the tank killed me in like 2 shots.
Speaking of DPS versus, yeah, so
Right on my armor.
the tank is really hard to use. But if you get a bead on somebody, that laser will just tear them apart.
That's another thing I like about this game is like it has like you can choose different play styles and they all seem like distinctly different. Like I feel like there's some games where like you can choose different weapons, but at the end of the day they basically feel the same. But like if I'm playing a tank versus a scout versus infantry versus assault, like all those mechs feel very different to me. And the different loadouts I can take tend to be very different too. Like if I have a predator, if I'm doing like autocannon and rockets, that's one thing. If I'm doing Gatling gun and artillery, that's like different. And they offer a lot of replayability without being like too fluid, if that makes sense.
It does, and actually that's a thing that we did. It was intentional, right? We tried to make it do that. Oh crap! I just got blown up by a turret.
I need to kill this darn tank.
That would be my oldest son, and you know.
It's time for strategic retreat! Never mind, I go ew.
What's the key score? What's the score?
I forget the hotkey for that.
Captured an objective.
Well, that's 3.
Next, I'm going to go and take something of yours.
Nope.
Ouch. I am getting lasered. I am getting lasered. How do you like some homing missiles, huh? Ouch.
Like that. That's how you like it.
Can't get too close. Oh man.
Hey, good job.
Hey, coming out of nowhere. Alright.
One of my favorite parts is when we were doing the first sets of playtests.
Someone's behind
We
me!
had like 4
Brother! You fungus.
walk over a hill, and all these defenders
He sees
are all at the
me!
same time.
Time for a strategic retreat. I'm at Old Tank House. Stop peppering me.
I can't just stop shooting you. You're gonna kill me. I know if anyone backstabs this head gun. It is. Teamwork. The teamwork is too much. You can and break away.
Oh shit! There's my other son. Run away!
I feel like I actually missed the true heyday of this game. I joined maybe like halfway through its run. And I still definitely got fantastic games out of it, honestly, if I consider my best favorite FPS. But I do sometimes see like videos of some of the early games. And I was like, man, it's gonna be fun to see some of those players.
Well, we're trying to get sort of that whole vibe back, right? So I think we're going to have the new version, the DHMC, the Enterprise Mechanized Score. We've got that sort of almost ready to go back to early access. It's a little more slow and
United
ponderous than
States
this.
have captured an objective.
Do you do tabletop games at all? The tabletop game I think, is coming along quite nicely.
I think I was watching stuff at the start, and then I've been traveling like a lot since Thanksgiving. And I was hoping to get, catch up on everything when I got back, which is basically now. I'm not traveling again until the end of March. So, I should check out some of the newer ones.
Yeah, because we've got a good tabletop. We've got a tabletop simulator mod, and that's really solid. And I just finished
No, I gotta kill you.
Yeah, no. I just finished the Roll20 mod, so that you can play it pretty much for free anywhere. So maybe next week, if you're around, you want to give it a try.
Knowledge complete.
If you've ever done like BattleTech or Warhammer 40K or anything like that,
I do Warhammer stuff, so I was interested. Yeah, we'll see. I feel like when I first saw some of the, what was it, the original ones, I don't know, it seemed like there weren't as many, like, options as I was expecting. I don't know, I think I've seen a BattleTech, tabletop game.
All of your team
Like a
members.
Warhammer tabletop game. And it seems like it's more like brute forcing in a BattleTech game, which may not be my style for that kind of thing, but I do want to check out, see what you've done since I checked it out like 6 months ago.
yeah, I think what we've done a lot better than I think BattleTech. Right? It's a lot faster.
I feel like maybe I just think like the strategies seem kind of basic, like there's not that much going on. It seems like your best bet is just getting up on the weakest mech.
Well,
And there's
that's
not really much that can be done to stop that. Although, like I say, I haven't checked it out in 6 months, so maybe yeah.
yeah. You know, if you with lower unit counts, it ends up being a circle strafe battle in elimination games. But then it's not. It's also objective modes like capture the core.
Yes, I think that objective modes would be very interesting for that, because like it adds that extra dynamic. Like I don't know if I really want to do much of that in terms of just like the deathmatch, but if you have to worry about like exposing one mech versus another as you try to get an objective, like that, you know, that kind of like decision making is what makes these interesting.
And I think that's exactly. Is that you? Yeah. Oh crap! It went off the screen. How do you go off the radar?
I'm going for the objective.
I always go.
It got stuck and exploded.
But yeah, so board games are, especially board games, are a weird beast, right? Really?
Yeah, and to be fair, I haven't actually played much. I've done like a little bit of Warhammer, but actually I don't have a lot of experience with tabletop games. I've only played a few Warhammer games. I've like painted a bunch, but I haven't actually played a lot. Ironically.
They all suffer from that. Concentrate on the unit you don't want to be there, unless there's an objective associated with it. So Warhammer 10 is all objective based. So it's not just kill the other guy. It's sit. So we've added those modes. Those
Going for
kinds of
an
modes
objective layout.
again.
The United States have captured an
Nice.
objective.
Glad to hear it.
Oh god. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, you are.
Mistrial.
But the core mechanics are still blow people up in the ice. So.
I'm curious how mechanized 4 is going to look too. One of the things I do like about this game is the maneuverability of the units.
The units in Class 4 are almost as fast. So the conceit here is these are all drones.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Mav sneaking. There's a Mav sneaking towards my spot. And guess who it is, brother? It's you.
Anyway, so these are drones.
You know it.
Manned. So they're more like the BattleTech mechs, if you will.
Pure?
Mm-hmm.
So they're
I
a
dare.
little slower, a little
Come up here and
longer.
face me
Some of them are
like a man.
like the Viper and Switchblade, almost as fast.
Okay, cool. Can you fly as well, or everybody's on the ground?
Shit, I think I'm stuck in.
Only clicked out of the game.
The United States have captured an objective.
What I hear you is stuck
Someone's
talking.
trying going to cross the river again. So get to the point before they do.
Eastern Confederation have captured
No, they can hear you.
Me and Vlad will take care of Ed.
Elves, they come in handy, except for when they do. Ha
Well, the bonus thing about this, my friend, is now the server's up and this build works. So Sling can come back and Chaos can come back and all you guys can come back.
Yeah, it's really amazing that you guys have done this. I was like super excited when, I don't know who told me about this, might have been Sling. But when I was like, what, the board devs are back. Fun times ahead.
It's been 20 years since I've been doing it. Yeah.
I'm falling off the view!
Off you go.
I'm going to climb up there eventually.
Any way to get palm sync working? So either this or mechanized core?
There you go. We lost.
Wait, what?
Well done.
Wait, I think I'm gonna get off.
Yeah, no.
Because that was definitely a fun part of the experience, was like checking out your squad and looking at your stats.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really fun.
You guys, Tommy and you guys can go ahead and bail.
I'm leaving without any consequences. He
stop
left without any consequences.
I don't think there's any functional way to get ComSent to work here. But with mechanized core, the backend is something we can maintain. Like, there's so much of this old code base that doesn't work. Like the news feed, if you go back to the main screen on the news, like the module that made that work doesn't support HTTPS. So you can't put like new content there. So we'd have to rewrite that or figure out how to retrofit it, which for 20-year-old code isn't going to work. But
makes sense.
And ComSent itself was all based on doing things like posting results to a web server via a PHP post. That won't work neither. I mean, there's so much of what we were doing back then that I think was actually, I thought was really clever at the time, but 20 years hence, like IRC as a chat service, like that's a niche thing, right? So all of our chat, all of our moderation of chat was all done by a custom IRC server where we were, okay, you're an asshole, so we're going to ban you. And then that got triggered into like the ComSent and the profile thing, right? So we had this sort of notion of moderation. It was all built on these third-party services that just don't exist anymore. So yeah, no, it does work. No, the chat definitely works, by the way, because there are
I'm amazed that. I must have been playing this at like a very important time in development, because I remember certain like obviously commands too, like the /me command.
Oh, you might actually be able to still do that because this is a.
That's what I just did.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah, so. Yeah, so this is a third-party IRC server that I think we're connected to. I think it's the same one that Sling used.
Okay, yeah, I do know what that is actually. He guided me through this.
Yeah, it's but all this stuff. So I would love for this map to work again. It's not going to work again. The server list, the master server is still functioning as part of Garage Games, but not right. Like people that used to work at Garage Games kept a master server running. So I think we're using that, although we do have the code to make it work. So if it went away, we could redirect it.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
the game still works, which I think is outstanding. Um, and the AI still is kind of hard.
They shoot at you. That's good.
They shoot at you, right? And they're not going to let you. They're not just going to. They're also a little stupid, right? But there's nothing we can do about that. And we couldn't, if we wanted to update the executable, we couldn't if we wanted to, because all the code is so old, and you need
In
a
progress.
particular version of Visual Studio to make it all work. And current versions won't. So we're kind of stuck with the last version that we had, which is this one. And I need to, I think we can sign the code so it doesn't give you that weird Windows error when you first start it the first time and have to say launch anyway.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Well, yeah, but it's not a commercial thing, right? If I want people to just play it just for the sake of it, then I got to pay like $100 a year to sign the code to make it not do that. But that's it.
Hmm. Yeah, so I was thinking in terms of like the Kickstarter, like I'm a little lukewarm about the tabletop, and it's definitely interesting, but I think that maybe this type of game works better in a video game format. But if there is anything like, databases to maintain or like servers to be supporting or whatever, I would definitely be happy to chip in on that. I get what you're saying, that there's two things that work. One is how much work is it and is it worth doing? But if there's something that's like, yeah, we could do that, but I don't want
Well,
to
you
have
can
money
join
on
the,
it.
you can join the Patreon,
Right.
throw a couple bucks at us that way, and every dollar helps. So just for the record, every dollar helps. And so the Kickstarter, even all by itself, if you give us $5, you get the rules for this tabletop game. But if you don't ever use them, nobody cares, and you've given us $5, and that's $5 we can use to do something else. And that's frankly the whole point of these Kickstarters, unless you're really, really, really behind the times. Like, you don't make a Kickstarter to sell a thing that you haven't made yet. You make a Kickstarter to improve a thing that you've made or add on to a thing that you've made. So the primary purpose of the Kickstarter this time was, one, for us to figure out how the hell Kickstarters work, because none of us had ever done one before. And this was a really easy sort of, hey, we'll sell you some miniatures. So we'll sell you some, so we'll give you a physical copy of the mech you just played that game in. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any of the lore mechs in the Kickstarter at the moment because they're really small and fiddly. And we've got to use the Kickstarter money to pay somebody to re-engineer the models so that you can print out a hunter, right? Or you can print out a locust. Right now we've got them. If you've got a 3D printer, I'll send you what we have, and you can try it. They'll print, because I printed out dozens of them, but they're fiddly, right? If you don't do it just right, and you don't remove the supports just right, then shit breaks and it looks terrible. But when it works, because if you've looked at any of the Instagram posts, like, those are the models from lore. Like, all of the two-legged mechs are in the board game right now, and those models look outstanding, but they're not commercially ready, right? I can't just give you a model and say, yeah, I print this out, you'll have fun. You'll be printing it out, and you'll, like, for every one that you print out that works, you'll break 3, if that makes sense.
I think it does. And to be honest, from my perspective, like, I don't need any of the Patreon rewards or whatever. The fact that this, like, exists and there's activity and you're setting up games of Invasion and Mechanized Core and you're working on this other thing, it's just really fun to, experience. So
Yeah, so,
I'll check out the Patreon. And so, see, as you said, Patreon is a good way to go.
Patreon, or
Sorry.
you give us, yeah, absolutely. I'll put the Patreon in the channel right now if you want. Hold on, let me do that.
All right, sounds good.
Because that's a good recurring way to sort of give us help. Patreon. How do I spell Patreon? Patreon. Oh, why is this not coming up? Patreon. There we go. It's a good way to just support it. You don't have to take any of the stuff. But but if you want to try it, the stuff's there.
Awesome.
Here, let me throw this in there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for playing. That was awesome. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, it would be fun to set up games for Mechanized Core, or even a few of these once in a
Let's just
while.
keep doing this, right? So we're doing, on Wednesday nights we usually do something, but there's nothing saying that we can't. Now that we have a working multiplayer build and a working dedicated server, that anybody that's ever played this game, pop online, throw a couple of plasma bolts at somebody else, and have fun. So, are you on the old DHLI server? You are.
DH. Oh, that one. I forgot that one. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one was that the one Sling I used? Oh yeah, Mage.
That's what Sling used, yeah.
I haven't looked at that in a long time.
Well, yeah. Well, we found it accidentally. It's like, oh shit, Sling's been maintaining this for ages. So, I will throw a build in I'll throw the link to the build into that server in case anybody there is still actually there, because it seems like maybe no, there's still a handful of people there.
All right. Well, this was a lot of fun.
Just play the game and have fun, and that's the whole point, right? All right, brother. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna wrap up my troubles and woes here tonight, and have a little more food because I don't think I got enough to eat. And we'll see you online. But yeah, play.
All right. Get to you later.
Thank you, man.
Bye.